Hey, what's up everybody? Today I'm going to be showing you different people that when they're playing you should not be on Spider-Man and you should definitely get off Spider-Man. So this is going to be like, I'm going to show you heroes that will, you want to get off Spider-Man just because you won't be able to provide that much value with them on the field. As well as certain team ups that there's definitely that you just want to avoid completely. So let's get into the first team up. This one you guys probably know already, but so the first one's gonna be Namor. So with Namor, the reason why he's so good against Spider-Man is because these squids, they just have auto targeting. But if you have Namor by himself, I mean, he's not too bad. It's mostly his team up that just makes him unbearable with Spider-Man. So let me just show you what his teammate does and how it absolutely obliterates Spider-Man. So it's the Hulk Gamma team up, and look at this. You put a Gamma Squid and this, and you right click, and it's obliterating a tank. So imagine what it can do against Spider-Man, and it's auto tracking, and it has a super long distance. So it's definitely going to be a big counter. If it's just Namor by himself, I wouldn't worry too much. But if it's Namor with Hulk, I would definitely hop off Spider-Man. So that is the first hero that you kind of have to be wary of when playing against Spider-Man. So just kind of showing you his Spider-Man's counters and who to avoid. But yeah, so Hulk is definitely, or Hulk and Namor are definitely the first ones that you want to avoid. The next kind of anti-dive character is Wanda. If you have, the reason why Wanda is good against Spider-Man is because she just has auto aim. So Wanda, I would say Wanda by herself isn't too bad, but if it's Wanda with another anti-dive hero, then I would definitely hop off Spider-Man. If the entire DPS section of the other team is anti-dive, then playing Spider-Man is kind of gonna be a hassle, and you're not gonna get much value out of it at all. But yeah, see, Wanda can just absolutely obliterate people with this. It's just auto targeting, and Spider-Man, I mean, he can fly away, but she has a decent range with this, so it is a little tough to get away from. And not to mention her team up, so she can auto track you while doing this Doctor Strange team up, and it obliterates a tank in like 3 seconds. So yeah, this is another one you want to be careful with. Especially a lot of Wanda players will kind of sit in the back line and wait for divers, and as soon as they get there, they'll just auto track them. And you know, it doesn't do insane damage, but it does damage, and it's never gonna miss. So that's the problem with Wanda against Spider-Man. But yeah, definitely, if you see a Doctor Strange and Wanda team up with a Namor and Hulk team up, then yeah, you gotta get off Spider-Man. The next kind of anti-dive character, not as effective. I would definitely still play Spider-Man if she was on, but just to show you like how she kind of counters him. So you're probably wondering like, oh, she just throws bombs. So what she can do is, if you're swinging, if she hits you with a nut, then you fall to the ground and you stay there. So let me show you on like a moving target. So she's anti-dive in that sense, and you know, she does her little acorn thing, but then she can just press E and get a next one back. So she'll always have her acorn essentially, and she can just stop your dive completely and ruin your momentum, and just everyone's gonna target you when you're stuck like that. So that is her anti-dive capabilities, but she's definitely not as effective as like Namor and Wanda at stopping Spider-Man, but nonetheless, she is pretty good. Let's go over. So another DPS that counters Spider-Man is going to be Winter Soldier. The reason why he counters Spider-Man is because of his hook. He can hook you out of your ult. He can hook you out of a dive. So he'll just stop you. You kind of get stunned for a little bit, as you can see. So yeah, definitely. Again, he's not incredible at it, but he's still very anti-dive. Not only does he, have the hook to stop you, he gets a shield every time he uses an ability. And Spider-Man, he only does a certain amount of damage with all his cooldowns. Like a regular Spider-Man combo does between like 250, 300 damage. And when he has an ability, he just goes above 300, so there's not much you can do against Bucky, especially if he's in the back line, protecting his healers. So yeah, that's what you gotta worry about with Bucky. But next up, we are gonna go with Adam Warlock. So Adam Warlock is kind of annoying just because he'll just ruin your dive basically. Like, he can self-heal, but his soul bond is what's annoying. Like, he can do this and everyone takes less damage while being healed, and it's just like a perfect counter to Spider-Man's damage. It's incredibly annoying, but yeah, and not to mention he's hit scan, so if he gets his crosshair on you, you're kind of done for. But yeah, the soul bond really counters Spider-Man so well, just because you have to leave at this point. If you see a soul bond, you can either try to pull somebody off the map, or you can just leave. But I'd recommend just leaving, just because the soul bond is pretty tough. Next up, Invisible Woman. So not many people know, but Invisible Woman, she doesn't really counter Spider-Man himself, but it's mostly just his ult that she counters. So if you don't know, when you're ulting with Spider-Man, you can be moved. People can displace you, and Invisible Woman is really great at that because she can push you like that. So if you're ulting the whole back lines here, boom, you just push, your ult is useless. So I wouldn't say you have to get off Spider-Man when you see her, but it's mostly you have to be wary of her cooldowns. So the things you want to keep an eye out for her are, did she use her ult? Because her ult cancels your ult. And yes, she can push you, but there is a way to counter that. So if you want to ult, and there's an Invisible Woman, you basically want to start out your ult by comboing her. So you combo her and then ult, and then she's gonna die almost instantly. So she's not gonna have time to use her push ability. So that's one way you can counter her counter, is by just targeting her and then doing your ult, so she's kind of gone right away. So she can't even ult. She won't have time to ult, and she won't have time to push you out the way. But yeah, that's Invisible Woman's counter for you. Going with healers, Loki's is obviously very difficult. He can set up clones all over the back line, and if you come to attack, boom, he sets his domain. So his domain is kind of annoying, but it does have a long cooldown now. It's now a 30-second cooldown, so as long as you keep an eye on when he used it, you should be fine. Again, I would do a similar thing with him for when you're ulting, is to target him first. So if you have you just combo him up and then ult, and then he's gone instantly. He can't do a domain. But if you don't have your ult and he does have a domain, you can always hit him with this combo, just kind of displace him, or you could hit him with like the air combo. This one's a little harder. But yeah, as long as you find a way, you can displace him from his domain. So he does have a counter, but you can also counter his counter, which is nice. So definitely make sure you're keeping that in mind against Loki. Next up, we're going to show you Luna. So Luna she has a couple of things. First of all, she can freeze you, and this will stop you mid-dive, and then everyone targets you and you're gone. Not only that, but when she is clapping her hands, she self-heals. So it kind of will nullify some of your damage that you're doing. So she is kind of tough to... She also has 275 health. So she's kind of tough to get, but there are certain combos that do a lot of damage that can counter that. So let me show you real quick. So let's set up a Luna right here. So what you're going to do to counter, so these are some combos that do a lot of damage. So it's gonna be, this one is right click. So that's the overhead cancel one. If you guys don't know how to do it, I've made a ton of videos on how to do this combo, and a bunch of other combos as well. But this combo definitely does a lot of damage, kind of nullifies that self-healing she does, because it does, that overhead does so much damage along with the web cluster. Another combo you could do is this one. This one just destroys her, so you know, those two combos can really take care of her with that. In terms of stopping her from freezing you, I think the best thing to do is just kind of web her up so she's kind of stunned for a moment, and then just hit her, you know, with that quick punch web cluster uppercut combo. But yeah, that's basically how you would counter Luna's counters. In terms of, now another person we're going to show is Mantis. So Mantis, I mean, she has self-healing, but she kind of got a little bit of a nerf with her health. She now has 250 health, which makes her very squishy. But she does self-heal, and she does have her sleep. But her sleep has a very long cooldown, so as long as you keep track of when she used her sleep, you should be good, because it's a 15-second cooldown. A lot of time has to pass by before she can use it again, and you can like leave, get heals, and come back in that time. So as long as you watch out for her sleep, you should be fine. And it's also not like a direct shot, like you have to, it is AoE, so it does damage, like, or it does the sleep effect even if you just put it around them. But if you're in the air, she's gonna have trouble sleeping you because it's very slow and it's kind of like high arcing. So yeah, that's really all you have to watch out for her. It's just the sleep, but that is something that would counter you. Let's see, next, this is one that I would recommend swapping, depending on if they're playing well or not. Especially if you're, it depends. So it depends how this Penny will use this web thing. So the main reason why it counters you is just because if you jump in this, all these little bombs will target you all at once and get you. So if Penny's using it like just like as a nest here for herself, like in the front lines, it's not too much of a worry. It's when she puts it in the back line. So she's protecting this Luna, and if you try to combo Luna, you're going to get basically smoked by all these bombs. I mean, there is one thing. There's only really one thing you can do if they're surrounded by these bombs, and that is the air combo, which again is pretty difficult to pull off. But let me see if I can show it to you guys real quick. So it's basically all the damage you're doing is in the air, and you kind of just get them on the air. But it's basically just you pull them up. So you hit them with the web cluster, pull them up, web cluster, cancel into a down slam. So it is tough. But yeah, that would be the only thing to counter Penny, or at least her little bot thing. I mean, you could also pull them off, but the Penny minefield is so big that it might not be worth it. Let's see, are there any other... I mean, Hella's tough because she's hit scan, but you have to be very accurate with her to really counter. The thing is rough because he can ground the enemy, and they can't. You won't be able to use your swings if you're grounded like that. And he also can stun you if he uses his ult. So you're kind of stuck like this. So that's just one thing to keep an eye on. But honestly, as long as you're swinging in the air and staying away from the thing, you should be fine. You just gotta be wary when he will peel for his supports and help his supports out. But yeah, that's how the thing could potentially stop you, but you could definitely avoid that. Emma Frost, and the new hero. The one thing that she has on you is so basically she has her diamond form, and in her diamond form, she can grab you. So if you're mid dive, you're over here diving the supports, she can go this mode, dive you, boom, kick, you're gone. And you know, everyone targets you. She can get you while you're swinging, while you're doing your ult. So yeah, you kind of just want to stay away from her. Most people are Emma Frost nowadays. There's always one in the game. But yeah, you can definitely stay away from her. She's gonna be mostly in the front lines, but you know, she can stop you, so that is something that you have to be cognizant of. Let's see, I don't think there's many others. Mr. Fantastic just has a lot of health. Cloak and Dagger, I mean, they have their healing bubble, but it's really not that intense. Rocket can fly away a little bit, but as long as you track him, you should be fine. But yeah, that's basically it. Just showing you kind of all your counters and who you should definitely avoid, and who you can probably deal with on your own. But yeah, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.